Yes. Welcome to Satoshi Chats, episode 21, very special edition.
The most special edition.
One episode for every million BTC. Today is September 9th, 2021. BTC's hanging out around $46,000 per 100 mil sats. Casey.
I feel like last time we chatted, it was also around 46K or something like that. I don't think we've had much change.
Because back then, I would think that by now it'd be a little bit higher than this, maybe even higher than the all-time high. But it's all good.
Yeah, we did have some pretty bullish predictions back when the first run up happened.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, 100K in the next couple months, no problem.
Oh yeah, dude, it's easy. We're gonna get it tomorrow.
Yeah, but reality often shows us differently. But we've had in the time since we've last spoke, it's kind of been up and down. We've gone up to 55K, down to 46. So what, just riding the wave, riding the Bitcoin wave.
Yeah, truly. I think it's great. I've been doing a lot of stacking, and I don't think my stack would be possible without the low prices. It's truly a blessing. We're just being unappreciative.
Yeah, it makes your Bitcoin stack so much more, your Bitcoin stacking so much more effective when the price
it's so powerful. It's so powerful.
Impactful.
Yeah. I just think now, like if it's 50K, a mil sats is $500.
Pretty expensive.
It's kind of cheap though. It's kind of cheap.
It's cheap relative to what it will be, but there's a lot of things that are going on right now that should contribute to Bitcoin going up. The main one is what's going on with El Salvador.
Of course.
Isn't it interesting that a country has made Bitcoin their legal tender?
Yeah, I think it's I was a little amazed at the quickness. Yeah, so it's amazing for two reasons. The quickness of the adoption, because I remember obviously everyone saw like that guy on McDonald's, he bought whatever for
Aaron Van Werdum.
Yeah, so it's amazing how we weren't expecting it to be so instant like that. I was kind of amazed at that. But what also we have to think about is that these are US companies. Like McDonald's is traded on the New York Stock Exchange. So that means that McDonald's had to adopt Lightning. That is a fact. They had to get someone at McDonald's is building that for them. So someone is working at McDonald's making a Bitcoin, making that happen, which I think is kind of funny.
Yeah, we were just talking about that in the contributor chat.
Yeah, it's also good because that means that when eventually other people do this as well. Oh, my dog just entered the chat. They're gonna know how to do it, and it's gonna be easier for them. So really, it's just a trial run, but the trial run should be going pretty good.
Yeah, we were talking in the contributor chat. We were like, it is a trial run. They're like the corporations like McDonald's is happy that El Salvador is choosing to use Bitcoin before they have to implement it in the United States.
Right. Otherwise, that'd be extremely overwhelming.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how many think about it, El Salvadorians using the Lightning Network? Let's say one of them fucking hates it and they want to complain, they're not going to hear people complain in El Salvador, but if it was in the US, they would hear bitching all the time about it.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, no, it's a great test run. And then what they were also saying is like once McDonald's learns how to use Bitcoin and like what it is and like why it's beneficial, they don't have to relearn it. Like that's in their like
right.
corporation now.
And that just like once they see that it works and how great it is, that's just incentivizing them to add it to their balance sheet.
Literally. And then once they see it on their balance sheet, they'll see the growth, and then boom, we're witnessing the very seeds of hyper Bitcoinization be laid in the ground.
I just think it's going to be such a funny moment scrolling through Twitter and coming across McDonald's added 50,000 Bitcoin to their balance sheets. And it's like, what? It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, it's even crazy that El Salvador added 500 Bitcoin to their balance sheet.
Right. It's
I
kind of
mean,
crazy how a country was stacking the dip.
stacking the dip. They did a good job too. They
They knew, like, it's pretty crazy how it dropped like that. But I mean, I guess should have seen it coming because it's like kind of sell the news event. But like, I don't know. I didn't see it coming. I thought we'd kind of pump a little bit, but
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were saying that maybe it was on purpose. Like maybe there's a reason why we're dumping, um, with all that's going on. But I don't know. There's no like substantial claims or anything about that. But I could certainly see, you know, what probably happened was some entity was expecting the run just like you and I were, and then they dumped so that they could capture the run. They probably waited for it to hit like 53, 54, sold the profit, and then restacked at 46.
right.
But regardless, it's funny how like that won't change the effectiveness of El Salvador's Bitcoin usage. Like it doesn't make what's happening there any less like important, you know?
Yeah, it is. It does kind of suck how their purchasing power kind of just shit itself. But
I think what if they had $30, it probably only went to like 25, 26.
right,
So
yeah,
they
that's
had
true.
shit purchasing power already, and then it just got a little shittier. But but um but yeah, El Salvador is really interesting. You had something you wanted to mention about Western Union, and Western Union has been a bitch to
I
El
know.
Salvador their entire lives. So
I
um,
saw this. I saw this tweet. It's CNBC, great quality news source, trusted by all.
yes,
Um, El Salvador's new Bitcoin wallets could cost Western Union 400 million a year.
oh
And
yeah,
it's kind of funny because like obviously the way they say that it makes it sound um like it's a bad thing, but like really obviously it's a good thing. Like it's crazy how I think you could word this correctly, just like how um like yeah, what do you think about that? Because I'm trying to word it like the proper way, like how you would word it.
I'm
Like
I'm not exactly sure, but Western Union fucks over everyone it touches.
right. Right. So like it's funny how they think Western Union fucking everyone over is like good, but like financial freedom is like, oh no no
Yeah,
no.
yeah. It's the opposite. They hate freedom, dude. I think that's it. Is they see a private company absorbing all the wealth and they go, "Oh yeah, that's how it should be." And then you have like a decentralized network that enables people to send money how they want. They're like, "No, don't do that. No remittances through Bitcoin, only through Western Union." It's
Their
ridiculous.
Twitter bio is we offer our customers the power to send money to over 200 countries and territories through the mobile app. It's like, okay, Bitcoin offers all the countries and better services.
Yeah, it's like I think Bitcoin does that even better. Like,
Right. And
and you don't have
you're trading a better asset instead of
seriously.
trading a liability, the United States dollar.
Like, and why would I mean if you're El Salvador, what incentive do you have now to use Western Union? Because the incentive before was that it's the only rail system to
And
get.
the only incentive, yeah, of course, like Western Union will not be used because, well, it'll die down because like the only reason they used it at first was to get dollars so that they could go spend those dollars, but they don't need to spend those dollars anymore because they could spend Bitcoin. So like,
Isn't that interesting? Like their experience, like when people say, "Oh, when Bitcoin is big enough, you won't have to sell it." They're already there. They're beyond us. Like they're like, "Oh, see ya." Like I really we got to go see El Salvador because I think it'd be fucking dope to go pay for my Big Mac with Bitcoin.
I know. I was like, I don't know if I told you about this, but well, I did like a while ago probably, but remember that like workaway thing I was
Yeah,
telling you
yeah,
about?
yeah.
So it's like a little website that where you could like people post like little jobs or like yeah, pretty much jobs to do and they'll pay you by like housing you. And I was trying to find one in El Salvador and I did at like a little hostel. Unfortunately, like they never replied. But I recently found another one where this family, this Canadian family, needed help homeschooling their kid, their 13-year-old kid, with
Yeah.
like math and English. So I emailed them and they replied back and they're like, yeah, we'll get in touch in January. Um, but you know, it might not happen, but if it does, that would be insane because all I gotta do is homeschool this little 13-year-old kid about like algebra, which is
Algebra.
easy, and like, you know, English and stuff. And then when I'm not doing that, I could just, you know, explore El Salvador. And it's in El Zante, so the capital of fucking
Bitcoin
Bitcoin.
Beach. Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a fucking awesome idea. And then you could,
Surf, like apparently they have really good surfing.
yeah. I mean,
Learn how to
I think a lot of Bitcoiners are going to choose to just move down there. Like, why not?
seriously, it looks so good. Like can I share my screen? Like how do I do that?
You could, but if we're using the audio, it's going to be janky and shit. You could just send it to me, and then I can
Oh,
show it.
it's not, there's no audio, it's just like the screen. Like I'm not playing a clip or anything. It's just like
Yeah, you could share it to me or whatever. Can you share your screen?
I don't know how to do that. Oh,
Just
share screen.
yeah, yeah.
It said it disabled it.
Oh, sweet. So enable share screen. All right, you should be able to know.
Desktop. Share the screen. Can you see this?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's this great website called Oceanside El Salvador, and they
Wow.
just got
Those are
beautiful,
nice.
beautiful homes. Let's let me grab one that's like kind of relative. Dude, this one's insane. It's it's on a cliffside. It's wild. Let me get a crazier picture. Like, look at that. Look at that one.
Yeah.
The
That's
only problem is it's $14 million. So,
yeah.
or like 4 million or whatever. But like, for example, this one, 150,000,
2-story house.
and it's like, dude, it's gorgeous. Like, it is. It's so nice.
Yeah, the magazine actually has a couple of our work of our guys down there right now in El Zante. Aaron Van Werdum is one of them.
That is so. That's so funny.
Yeah.
This one's called El Zante Property.
El Zante property.
It's such a like a vibe over there. I mean, I've never been there, but I feel like it's very peaceful. And you know, El Salvador has like a high crime rate, but like that's not happening in El Zante. I feel like not really.
From what I hear, it's pretty safe. And yeah, um, definitely, I hear that it's a good time over there. Um, and yeah, I met a lot of people at BitBlock Boom who have been staying in Central and South America and Mexico, and they love it. They say all those countries are way superior to the United States.
Yeah, yeah. I just like it's cheap too. Like cheap land, beachside, like ocean.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
not ocean front, but like beachside. Like
yeah, and what I hear is that the people there, they went through so many like revolutions and government bullshit like years ago, like hundreds of years ago, that they already don't like the government there. Like they're already where we need to be, you
right.
know?
Which I'm curious of why like obviously their government involves the president, right? Which he is trying to like implement this Bitcoin thing. So I wonder, like, it's kind of tough because it's like, well, do I trust my government and get Bitcoin, or like,
Yeah.
it's kind of I could see how some citizens are like kind of skeptical.
That's why education is the most important part of all of this. Like, regardless of whether or not these people like actually even use Bitcoin, if they are to start to understand it, that's like the main benefit, is knowing what monetary freedom actually looks like, and then you can go and acquire it yourself from there.
Yeah, I wonder what like the majority of people think out there. Like, are they liking this, or is it kind of just like they're like, okay, I guess I'll do this, but they kind of just like are a little confused and scared.
Yeah, I could see there being a little bit of fear, especially if yeah, especially if you don't trust the government. But I don't know. I think I think now would be a good time to show the spiral chart that we are talking about,
Yeah.
and just
Oh,
be like
sure.
look at what Bitcoin has been doing. Like, as volatile as it's been said to be, if you just look at this nice little chart that we're going to show you, um, it's really not that volatile. Like, it keeps pretty straight spiral line,
Yeah. Shout out the irrational root. Um,
For real.
and I mean, not to get too technical, but I like how um, this chart is kind of trying to say that we're gonna do um, like a another 2013 kind of run,
Yep.
like a double peak,
Yep.
because it's perfectly on par. I mean, it couldn't be more perfect, which is kind of scary. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
And if you just look at like the way the 2021 2013 lineup, and then the 2013 2017 lineup, it makes me really excited to see what happens in the next few months.
Right.
Like
I think this time frame. I don't know when this time frame is. This is the horizontal line by 100K. That's 2022. So this is calling for before 2022.
yeah, it's calling for, like, I would say late December, it looks like. Which, isn't it funny that late December was the top for 13 and 17 also?
Yeah.
Because
Bitcoin.
we called
Bitcoin.
the run for 2017, or the not the run. We called Bitcoin going up a lot in December last year, and it did.
Bitcoin likes December, or it hates it, either or. But I
Yeah,
think it'll like it this time. I
yeah,
think
I think so too.
I think the main purpose of this chart is that the lines don't intersect. Like that's the point of it, is that like the lines are not intersecting, which is so bullish and great. Like
Like, it just goes outwards. It just
if
goes
if the
outwards.
line were to intersect, I think that would be failure. Like
We would collapse. Yeah.
yeah,
No, I love this chart.
it's math is beautiful. It's it's so beautiful.
Yep. Um, but yeah, beyond that, what do we? Let's just finish off here with our expectations coming for the next couple months, because basically what I see coming is September is going to be quiet until we start having companies announce balance sheets and stuff. And then I think what will set it off is like some companies early October announcing that they bought Bitcoin. And then by like say mid-November, we're hitting the bull run and we peak December, early December.
Wow. That's I mean, yeah, that'd be outstanding.
Of
Um,
course.
like that chart pretty much says we will peak this time, no sooner, no later.
Yeah.
Um, but because that means that chart supports the 4-year cycle because every around is 4 years. Um, Now, I don't know if I necessarily believe in the 4-year cycle compared to the lengthening. I don't know if I believe in the lengthening, but I guess time will tell. Um,
Yeah.
I think that the longer we take to peak, the better the peak will be.
I agree
So,
with that.
I mean, that chart aside, I'd love to see a peak December 2022. Because I think if we peak December 22, we're looking at like $500,000 easy.
Yep.
But if it's peak like late 2021, I don't know, maybe like a couple 100,000, 150, 200,000.
I I feel like it's more likely to blow off quicker at a smaller
Right.
price because yeah, well, and I was talking with Keith yesterday on a yet unreleased Taco Plebs, and we are talking about how like education is kind of like there's a ratio where there's the people who are speculating and the people who are not speculating, and the higher the ratio is, the more people that are speculating, the bigger the blow off top will be. So the higher the price, but the more a higher percentage crash will happen. And basically what education does is kind of like close that gap between speculators and people who actually like understand Bitcoin. So hopefully, as like you said, as time goes on, the run up would get bigger, but the crash would get smaller. So who knows? Who really knows?
Correct. Yeah. Who does know? Like it's all just dubious speculation. Dubious speculation.
Yeah. I think.
Oh, what I think is oh man, what did I forget? Oh, what I think is funny is like let's say December 21 we peak $200,000. What I think is kind of funny is that at one point we're gonna get to 100K, and then so let's say that the December 21 peak is 200K. That means that we have to hit 100K first, obviously, and let's say that's like late October, right, or like early November.
Yep.
That means we literally double the market cap in a month and a half. Like it's a lot of money. It's a lot of kids. Over $1 trillion.
Yeah. It. Yeah, I don't know. The actual like it's fun to say Bitcoin will hit 250K, but the actual logistics of that happening is going to be fucking insane. And
Yeah, it's trillions of dollars. Like that's what needs to be put into it, and it's gonna be tough without extremely large. Like if like most of these top publicly traded companies in the US, like they're about $1 trillion.
yep.
So I mean, most of them would probably make like a 5% move in. So it's like you got to have a lot of companies making 5% moves in Bitcoin to like even get there, which it's the more you say it, like it's harder to believe that it's going to happen, but I think it will. I think it will.
Yep. I think the smartest way to see it is that it will happen, but it's going to happen slower than probably anyone expects.
Right.
Yep. But yeah, fantastic episode today, folks.
Fantastic.
Yeah, me and Jack and I we're trying to do Satoshi chats more. We haven't done it in like 2 months because we've both been busy, summer vacation. But hopefully going forward, we can get maybe at least a couple out per month. That's probably a good goal. It's like two per month. Um, and just check in, fucking talk about the price, talk about events, shoot the shit. Um, Classic Satoshi chats.
We've yet to receive a comment.
We have like we've been given the 10K bounty for a long time.
Yeah, it's
50K
because no
bounty.
one. It's because no one has the balls to watch the like. No one watches to the end, and I
No.
don't. It's
I
not
don't.
like I blame them.
Yeah, I don't blame it. Like, imagine how valuable time is. Like, would they really expend that? Like,
Right.
with our Satoshi
This
chats?
is
I don't
more
know.
like a vault of like it's like a time capsule.
Our children will watch it. That's like gonna be our main.
I'm gonna be like, watch it. Force them.
You better watch. Yeah.
This is Bitcoin. It's important.
Yep. You need to learn your history of Bitcoin. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. The code word for the let's say 25K sats. It's gonna be uh uh
Doritos.
Doritos.
No. Doritos Mexican
Ah,
soda. Actually,
Doritos.
lime, because that's kind of hard to spell. The keyword is lime.
Lime, like the kind you put on a beer. Lime.
Corona.
Yeah, a little Corona lime. So yeah, if you comment lime, we'll give you 25K sats if you
25K sats. What? That's an increase of the bounty.
Well, shit. I think technically we have to spend 100K sats out of Cash App to even send it. So I'd have to fucking send it to a Lightning Wall and shit. It'd be whack.
25K sats is $11.
Damn, that's not that much.
That's not that much. How about it has to be a Lightning
Yeah,
address, and we'll
just
get it.
comment their Lightning address. 25K sats for Lime. Only because no one's ever fucking done it. So
Actually, I'll give you one whole Bitcoin.
yeah, for real. You think someone would answer then?
Probably not.
Right. Yeah, nothing would change. All right, folks. Thanks for checking out Satoshi Chats episode 21. Make sure to watch out for the next one.
All right, peace.
Peace.